It all began when I noticed unusual secrecy between my wife, Ayesha, and my brother, Fahad. Their secretive messages and late-night calls didn't add up. Then, a shocking revelation came to light. They had secretly married, intending to manipulate my inheritance. I felt a mix of disbelief, anger, and betrayal. The two people I trusted most had conspired behind my back. My stomach twisted with rage, but I forced calm. Impulsive confrontation would ruin everything. Instead, I decided to observe, document, and plan. Their greed and arrogance had made them careless, and that carelessness would become the instrument of my ultimate revenge. The revelation hit hard. My own blood, my brother, colluding with my spouse for personal gain. It was unimaginable. I replayed their deceit in my mind, but rage was tempered by strategy. I realized that exposing them too soon would ruin my leverage. Instead, patience and observation became my allies. I needed evidence of the secret marriage and proof of their plans regarding my inheritance. Every slip, every suspicious meeting, and every hidden message became a potential weapon. My goal was clear. They had underestimated me, and their greed would be their downfall, allowing me to deliver revenge with precision and impact. I began collecting irrefutable evidence, secret documents, marriage certificates, chat logs, and bank statements. Each piece confirmed their conspiracy to manipulate my inheritance. I discreetly recorded conversations and monitored their interactions. Their arrogance and secrecy became my advantage. I also consulted a lawyer to prepare for legal action, ensuring I could protect my assets and challenge their schemes. Patience was key. I waited for the perfect moment to strike. Every careless action they took strengthened my case. By the time I revealed the truth, their hidden plans would unravel completely, leaving no room for excuses or escape. For weeks, I observed them quietly. They assumed secrecy guaranteed safety. Every secret meeting, every whispered conversation reinforced my determination. I didn't confront them prematurely. Their overconfidence would make exposure far more powerful. I meticulously documented their actions, leaving no room for doubt. Each careless step they took added to the mountain of evidence. They believed greed and cunning would protect them. I knew better. By letting them continue, I ensured their plan would collapse spectacularly. The very thing they relied on for advantage, secrecy and manipulation, would ultimately become their undoing. Finally, I arranged a meeting under the guise of a family discussion. Calmly, I presented the evidence, secret marriage certificates, chat logs, and bank documents showing their intentions. Their confident smirks vanished instantly. Panic replaced arrogance. They tried excuses, deflection, and manipulation, but every defense failed against undeniable proof. My voice remained steady as I detailed their betrayal. Shock and fear overtook them. The people who had plotted against me were now powerless, exposed, and humiliated. The secrecy they had counted on became the stage for their destruction. My measured strategy ensured their conspiracy backfired completely. The truth quickly spread to family and close friends. Disbelief, gossip, and judgment followed. Ayesha and Fahad faced embarrassment, loss of trust, and social isolation. Their scheme to manipulate my inheritance was exposed. Meanwhile, I maintained dignity and composure, letting the evidence speak for itself. The arrogance and greed that had fueled their betrayal became their undoing. Attempts to justify or downplay their actions failed. The social consequences were immediate and devastating. Their confidence and deception had created the perfect trap, one they walked into blindly. Revenge, quiet and calculated, had been executed to perfection. I pursued legal steps to protect my inheritance and assets. The secret marriage was challenged, and their financial schemes were blocked. Ayesha and Fahad tried negotiation and manipulation, but the proof was overwhelming. My strategy combined patience, evidence, and legal action, leaving no room for escape. Their betrayal carried consequences far beyond emotional pain. They faced financial setbacks and social condemnation. The arrogance that had driven their secret marriage had turned into their downfall. By executing a calculated and thorough plan, I ensured that their greed and betrayal would be punished comprehensively, both legally and socially. Friends and relatives quickly learned the truth. Ayesha and Fahad suffered reputational damage, isolation, and judgment. Even family members who had been unaware were shocked. Meanwhile, I maintained calm, dignity, and authority. Their arrogance and greed, once hidden, were now exposed publicly. The secrecy they had relied on was gone. Their betrayal, which they thought would grant them wealth and power, had resulted in humiliation and defeat. By letting truth and strategy act as agents of justice, I ensured their deception had maximum impact. They had gambled with trust, and the stakes had completely backfired. After the exposure and fallout, I focused on rebuilding my life. Emotional wounds healed gradually, replaced by clarity, confidence, and strength. I reinforced trustworthy relationships, pursued personal goals, and reclaimed control over my life. Betrayal became a catalyst for personal growth and empowerment. Life regained balance and purpose. Meanwhile, Ayesha and Fahad faced regret and social isolation. Strategic, calculated revenge restored my peace, dignity, and authority. Their plot for personal gain had failed spectacularly, and I emerged stronger. The betrayal that once threatened. My inheritance now highlighted my ability to turn adversity into strength and empowerment. The experience taught me that betrayal and greed are dangerous when underestimated. Revenge isn't about rage, it's about patience, strategy, and evidence. Ayesha and Fahad lost trust, credibility, and social standing, while I preserved mine. Calculated, methodical action ensures justice is delivered fully. Even the most secretive schemes fail when met with intelligence and planning. Today, I focus on growth, integrity, and meaningful relationships. The ultimate lesson: betrayal may hurt, but careful, strategic response transforms adversity into empowerment. Their secret marriage, intended to steal from me, became the vehicle for my ultimate victory and payback.